welcome to another episode of Raincloud and Sunshine.
An overdue episode, actually.
I'm Chantal.
And I'm Daisy.
And together we have a dog rescue organization in Bali called Bali Paws. Oh, okay. Wanna start today on video as well, not just audio, so this is the first.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, actually, the microphone is the reason we haven't recorded anything. Well, that's not correct. We did record, but the microphone was kind of broken. So we recorded, was it 2 or 3 episodes actually?
I think 3.
3 episodes. But unfortunately, every time we played it, it was just, the sound was just really terrible. We gave it to a friend, like she borrowed it, and then it came back, and I think something happened there, like it was in some, I don't know, it was kind of wet, so no idea. Anyways, very soon we're also gonna have a second microphone. I got celery and bought a second microphone.
Nice. And today, I don't know if you heard me, we have a special guest, Mango. Very tired Mango.
Mango.
Okay, so a lot has happened. I mean, when was the last time we had the podcast?
Oh my god.
Probably like over a month ago, right? Must be.
I remember just before the run, we recorded another episode, but we didn't, like, the sound was just shit. Yeah, so
yeah.
Should we start with
the run?
Let's talk about what happened, actually. I mean, usually we start with our Raincloud and Sunshine moment, but let's start with the run.
With the run.
Yeah, I ran across the island to raise funds for the puppy house, which was awesome. Really, it was so good. Not the run though. This was not really good. But I did it, so. And Chantal joined all night to support me with water and food, and yeah, I would say you didn't have that much energy. I want to say with like good energy, but there wasn't like a lot of good energy coming from your side, I would say.
That's a lot of complaining, but okay. I think the first few hours were okay. And the last hour. I even ran with you with flip-flops.
Right.
Yeah. Like at least a kilometer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, you told me afterwards that you don't even remember this.
No, I remember that you wanted to run with me, but then you didn't.
No, It's the opposite. I didn't want to run with you, but I did in the end because I'm so nice.
Thank you for that. Thank you. The thing is, it was just a really long night. I don't, even now thinking about it, it feels a little surreal, like it didn't really happen almost. Mm-hmm. But obviously I saw all the footage, and I also know that, it actually happened. But yeah, I have to say that the entire run was just shit.
So walk us through it. I mean, we arrived on, I think a Thursday or something, up north. And then we prepared food and everything. You started the run Saturday.
At 2.
At 2, exactly.
Yeah.
And Roman and I got picked up by Gade in the car, I think 2 hours after you started running.
Yeah, or 3 hours, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we caught up with you.
Yeah.
And how was the first, 20 kilometers?
I underestimated the weather. I mean, I started at 2 o'clock and the sun was out, and it was just, oh my god, it was so hot. And I was so worried because, first of all, the entire main road, there was no shade whatsoever. Encountered some monkeys as well, ran away from them, encountered some more. Anyways, there was so much sun that I was worried that I'm gonna get some sort of heat stroke and then the run is over. So I went into like a little supermarket, an Indomarkt, and just stood underneath the aircon. But it was okay. I think, all the electrolytes I had as well, the powder, that was good. Nevertheless, the first, I think 30k, 35k were just main road, and there was just traffic and heat, and it was just shit. I hated it. And then I thought, okay, now, you know, it's nighttime and now things gonna get better. But one of my biggest, like what bothered me the most or one of the things at least, the dogs. Really, I did not know that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that, you know, we have lots of dogs who sleep on the street here in Bali, but at night they gang up and they chase you. And
yeah, of course.
the barking, oh my god.
They're not used to someone just running through their village in the middle of the night.
With like headlamp and like all kinds of lights. I get it though, but I didn't expect it. I didn't even thought that this could be an issue. But one of my biggest pet peeves is barking dogs. I just hate it. The noise. It hurts in my ears. I can't focus on anything else if I hear it. It's like a pain for me actually. So this was really annoying, and I thought that during the run I'm gonna have some thoughts, you know, just some deep life thoughts, but it was not like that. It was just, I hate this, I want to go home. I hate this, I want to go home. When is this over? Really, this was constantly just in my mind. Yeah, I mean, you at some point I remember I arrived and you came out of the car. I think you took a nap or something. And you were also just kind of over it. You were just.
I think, yeah, the first few hours were fine, but after some point, I think at around 2 a.m., something like that. Just to clarify, so Daisy ran. So how many kilometers was it in total?
100 point a little bit. No idea.
Yeah. So it, you know, obviously took some time. And sitting in the car was, my God, the most boring thing ever. But it was never enough time to like nap, you know, because you would meet us every like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, I feel, right?
Yeah, like every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 40?
And we started watching a movie, but at like 2 or 3, everyone was just so tired. We didn't want to be social anymore, and I think everyone had it a little bit. And you too.
Yeah.
I think that was your time as well, where you were like super tired.
Yeah.
When did Ben come? I think at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, but I think I was like 65k in or something. I'm not sure. I just remember that the thing is I don't need a lot of sleep. Like I work well on not a lot of sleep. So I didn't expect this to be an issue. But at some point I was so tired. Like I just wanted to lay down and rest. And I didn't expect that. I thought I'll be fine with lack of sleep. But I guess all the running in the sun, and it's also exhausting.
I mean, I was tired and I was just in the car.
And then the last 12 kilometers were the worst. Longest 12 kilometers ever. And in my mind, I was just like, okay, I'm over it. I'm just gonna stop now. Like, I really can't run anymore. I'm just gonna stop now. And then at some point it was just like, okay, you're not gonna get out of this. Just finish it. Just do it. I tried crawling at one point, but it didn't work out. It was more exhausting. So. Crawling. What did I say?
Crawling.
Yeah. What is the word? Crawling?
So?
Yeah.
Crawling is nothing. I don't think it's a word.
What is it then?
Crawling.
I started crawling.
Yeah.
Thank you. But it was more painful than running, so yeah. And then in the end, I got some energy again.
I think you got the energy when I told you can't do that many breaks anymore. Or at least not as long.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was just getting more and more, and you were getting sleepier and sleepier. And I think it's not, I mean, I don't know, but I thought it's not that great if your body, you know, relaxes and then maybe shuts off completely.
The thing is, you have to eat the entire time, like a lot actually, because obviously you're burning so many calories, and if you don't eat, then your body just shuts down. So I said to Chantal, whenever I see you, don't let me go without forcing me to eat. And you did, and I'm really happy, because there were times where I didn't want to eat and you didn't let me go without having to just swallow something.
Yeah.
So thank you a lot for that. I think this was, this actually kept me going. Yeah, and then we arrived in the puppy house, and Chantal organized that, the team on the road that leads to the puppy house, the team was standing there with like signs, and it was really emotional for me, I have to say. When I saw them, I just started crying because, it was just a really long night and exhausting, but I also knew that when this run is over, this is it. We got the rent covered, and also for me, the past few months have been really difficult, like my personal life. So the run for me was also obviously for the puppy house, but also because it was the end to a really dark chapter, I would say. And yeah, so it was important for me for many reasons to finish it. Yeah, and then I thought I'm gonna be in bed for like a week straight, but surprisingly, the next day I was a bit sore, and then the day later, this was it. Like, it was gone completely. I remember the day we arrived, actually, you flew to, like, when the run was over, after not sleeping the entire night, you packed your suitcase and actually left to Germany.
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for you.
Yeah, not just that. Like, it took ages because I had to, I didn't fly from Bali. I flew from Jakarta, and it just took ages there, and just to get there, and then to where did I go? I think Doha after, and then Belgium, and then Germany, and it took ages until I was finally there, finally in a bed, sleeping.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Okay.
Should I talk about Germany or?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I don't know. I can talk about Germany.
Do it.
Germany was not so much fun. But mainly I went there to visit some dogs.
You also had to do we are registered in Switzerland, so you also had to go to Switzerland to sign some documents.
Yeah, so that was one of the reasons. I stayed for 2.5 long weeks. So
Too long.
Way too long.
Yeah.
But we had to get things done. It was very cold. I'm not used to this at all anymore.
And it's a different cold, right? Like, it's in your entire body. It doesn't matter how many pairs of socks you have on. It's just cold.
Oh, I think the first 2 days or something, there was not a single point where I wasn't cold. My body was just like freezing the whole time. I had 2 thick blankets and stuff for sleeping.
We are in Bali and she's wearing jeans.
Yeah. So yeah, I went and visited Georgia.
Georgia.
She's with our friends, and they let me stay there for 3 nights.
One of the only dogs where the adoption was just a mess back then.
Yeah, it was. So she was supposed to go to another adopter, but it all didn't work out, unfortunately. Or fortunately, actually, because Georgia is in a great home. It's not that our friends were planning to keep her, but it is what it is. And now they have her since a couple of months. And
they have a lot of patience with her. That's the hardest part, I think, about adopting a dog. Just having patience. I think what's sometimes hard to understand for people is that, obviously they're excited that the dog is coming, but the dog is not that excited. Most of the dogs are not very excited first, because we are taking them out. It sounds horrible, but in the end it's for their best. But we are taking them out of everything they know, out of just everything, the smells, the people, the dogs, just everything, and they're suddenly with a stranger they've never met in a different place, and obviously they're not gonna love it straight away. Occasionally it happens, but most of the time that's not the case, and it takes some time. They're always surrounded by their friends and so on. So they just need some time to adjust and get to know the routines and just the sounds and just everything really.
Yeah, I feel patience is very important as well. The first like 1 or 2 weeks will not be great with a new dog.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, I mean, sometimes we had a few dogs where everything worked out perfectly from the first day, but that's just not the usual case.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of adopters also, they then take it personally, you know, but it's not their fault at all. The dog, they just don't know them.
Yeah.
So why should they trust them?
And getting to know somebody just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. So
Thankfully, all of them are obsessed with food. So usually with food, it goes a bit faster.
yeah, but usually it takes around, I would say, 3 months until, you know, the dog has arrived really, and then a couple of more months until you see really the personality and so on.
I actually think after, a few weeks already, you just started to, you actually feel it. Like you feel how the dog just wants to be close to you, and, you see the dog's personality coming out more and more, and it just takes a little bit of time. And after that, you're just gonna have an awesome life together. It's usually like this. I remember, we had some adopters, and in the beginning they were like, "Oh my God, what did I do to myself? Why did I do this?" And then a few weeks later, they're like, "Oh my God, this dog is like the best thing that ever happened to me." And this always makes me really happy, because by then they really, they know the personality of the dog, and just seeing how much they love them. It just makes me really happy.
Well, back to Georgia. I visited her, and she was so cute. Our friends also adopted another dog, Nasi, and this is her brother
so
now.
So spoiled, these dogs.
And he came first to greet me, and I saw him like maybe one time at yours.
No, a few times at mine.
Like, I mean, I can barely remember him, but it seemed like he remembered me, or maybe he's that nice to everyone. I don't know, but...
Do you want to talk about cuddles?
Wait, I'm not there yet. So he came straight away and licked my face, and then Georgia, like, looked and came. It was the sweetest thing. She gave me a hug, and really, really cool to see her, like, in a really great home. I mean, she still has her issues. Walking outside, for example, she's great in the house. Outside, not so much, but she's just new there, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. She's a bit more sensitive. Our friends know that. And
obviously.
Yeah. So she slept in my room for a night as well. Nasi wanted to sleep in my room as well. That was good. And then straight after, I drove to Berlin just to visit Cuddles, who was staying with me for at least like 8 or 9 months after we rescued her. And I drove all this way to Berlin with my heavy suitcase, went up all the stairs there, and then this dog doesn't recognize me. She's just like, "Okay, hi. Bye, see ya," and then she went on the balcony. Like, she sniffed at me and then went to the balcony, and that was it. I don't know. I think she maybe after like a few hours started to realize more and more, but maybe not. I can't say for sure. Like, she was very sweet, and she stayed on the sofa with me as well. But that was that. And then Berlin was, I was there for 2 nights. The adopter of Cuddles let me sleep on her sofa.
Couch surfing.
And then...
You did a lot of couch surfing, actually.
I did so much couch surfing. And then I went...
It's not really comfy here.
Okay. I'm sorry. And then that was fun, because on the way back to the west, so Berlin is in the east, and then I want to go back to the west. And then my train got cancelled just the night before leaving, and I had to take a bus. That was the only other option, and the bus took 10 hours to drive me. It was really lame, but I made a new friend, like a almost 70-year-old British guy who was driving to England. And usually I'm such an introvert, I don't really talk to strangers, like not at all, and bothers me as well, to be honest. But with him it was kind of fun and entertaining. That was my trip back.
And then you missed your flight. This is also... But let's not even get into it. Whatever, Chantal. let's not... You know, there are certain things. It's just your fault. Really, it's just your fault. Like the bus thing, I'm not even going to comment on it. This is your fault. If you think it's a good idea to take this shitty...
What?
It's your fault. You wanted to save all the money you can and didn't take like the proper transportation.
No, I did. The Flix train.
Yeah, this is not like a...
It is a really big thing in Germany now. Flix train. And because it was from Flix, I had to take the bus.
Yeah, you wanted to save 20 euros?
It wasn't 20. It was not 20 euros. It was quite a lot. Like the German transport, what is it? The Deutsche Bahn, like it's like this train company or whatever. It's really expensive actually. From Berlin back to Düsseldorf.
And then you want to save 25 euros.
Whatever.
The thing is, you have a pattern. This happens to you so many times. Now you're going to say no and so on, but it happens to you so many times.
Well,
okay. Yeah, while you were in Germany, I was also gone. I was in Thailand. I visited our partner, Happy Doggo, so we sterilized with Happy Doggo. It's so great. They fund the entire sterilization and vaccination project, and yeah, so I went to Koh Samui and checked out the land there, and then also I just wanted to stay a little longer, but then it was so nice there that I added a few extra days. The timing wasn't great because we had holidays here, so some of our team members weren't even around, but yeah, everyone agreed and I was able to stay a little longer, and it was the best time. I had the best time. It was also my first holiday in years, maybe 5 years? I don't even remember. 6 years? I don't know. Whenever I went to Germany, this doesn't count as a holiday because...
Not?
No, I went there for work, so this is not...
It's a holiday? It was so much fun. So relaxing.
You know what's fun? Taking the Flix bus from Berlin to Düsseldorf. This is fun.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of cities on the way. I've seen a lot of Germany this time, to be fair.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun is also missing your flight back to Bali. That's also a lot of fun. Yeah, what was the best thing about
Also something I'm not going to comment on.
It was not my fault. It was the train.
Never, Chantal.
It's the train.
Yeah, it's always the train or the bus or never your fault.
Also, Germany just legalized weed. Maybe this was part of the reason why I was constantly late to everything. I don't know.
Yeah, did that in Thailand as well.
Yeah, what was the best thing
nice.
about Thailand? Don't tell me that now.
I went to Koh Phangan. Oh, it was so nice. Just so many, just really nice people, and it was. I put my phone away. Like, I mean, you know that. I just checked it in the morning, and usually my screen time is like 15 or 16 hours every day, and during that time it wasn't even 2 hours. So like there was one day where it was like 57 minutes, and it was so nice not to look on my phone and just relax and just do fun things and just fill up the batteries really, and that worked out very well. I want to do it again. I also realized it's good for me to take time off because there's always something, you know, and then it's like, oh, I can't do it now. I can't do it for whatever reason. But I figured that it's actually really important to take some time off. I probably sitting here saying that and then later not gonna do it anyways, but I'm gonna try to hold myself accountable and take time off every few months and just go there and swim in the ocean, drive around, go for hikes. Oh, it was just beautiful. So nice. I want to go back.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't done? We haven't talked about our sunshine and Raincloud moment.
Okay. What was your sunshine moment?
Oh, my sunshine moment. I'm really happy about something. So we found. The thing is, I always have a lot of ideas, but I don't have enough, or we don't have enough help when it comes to
Fulfilling those.
And especially when it comes to your phone is vibrating.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Didn't we say that we put a jar, that we're gonna have a jar where everyone puts money in if the phone is...
Yeah, but I can't. What should I do? People message me and I have an alarm on it. I can put it away.
Anyways, yes. So we found some help when it comes to filming or taking videos and so on, and I'm really excited about that because now I can, fulfill all these ideas that are in my mind. And if it's just us, it's just hard because Chantal doesn't like it so much. And I mean, I...
Do like what?
Taking videos.
Oh.
Yeah.
I also don't think I'm very skilled in taking videos. This is not, didn't learn that or anything.
Yeah, well, same.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's really good to have somebody who's gonna help us recording. We also don't have a camera, so they have a camera. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I have lots of ideas. Really excited about that. That's the thing. I think after Thailand, Thailand was so good for me because I feel so much like myself again. And for many, many months, this wasn't the case, and it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. What was your sunshine moment?
My sunshine moment was... I had a few.
You don't look like you had a few.
No, I did have a few. Obviously coming back, seeing all my dogs, and meeting some friends in Germany as well. Ziggy got adopted. This was my sunshine moment of the week anyway.
Yeah, right. This was good.
That is, I'm very happy. Very happy to have less dogs at mine as well, to be honest. Yeah, a few, see? Meeting a new friend in the Flixbus. Everything happens for a reason. What was your Raincloud moment?
I didn't have any. No, none. All sunshine and rainbows. Is that how you say it? Yeah, sunshine and rainbows. No, I didn't have any. If I have to choose something, then probably just, banking stuff and, just boring things I don't like to do. But, and also because we have an accountant here and one in Switzerland, so it's just the boring stuff. But that I had to do that I didn't want to do, but obviously, it doesn't really count as a Raincloud moment, I would say. All sunshine. And yeah, I just love being in the puppy house at the moment. It's just so nice. I love being there. I love being with the dogs. So just all sunshine moments, really.
Do you want to ask me something?
Oh yeah, right. What was your? Maybe you can give me one of your Raincloud moments. What was your Raincloud moment?
I also didn't have that many, but.
The bus.
No,
the bus?
No, not the bus. Oh, not the bus. The bus was annoying.
When you missed your flight.
But when I missed my flight, yeah, that was because, the thing is, I was in Switzerland before and I took the train to Frankfurt for 5 hours just because there was no flight from Switzerland.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Well, I'm not asking you to comment.
Okay.
You asked me something and I'm answering, so... anyway, And yeah, then the train was late. That means I was late, and the check-in closed already, and I was at the airport looking, at this board, and then I found where I have to go to the check-in, and there was no one, like absolutely no one, beside one woman sitting behind the counter. I was like, excuse me, so the board says that I need to check in here. And she was like looking on her phone, and she looked up, and she's like, nah. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what? She's like, no. And did like this somehow. I was like, what is wrong with you? So I was like, okay, can you like at least, tell me who can help me?
It seems like she had a lot of Raincloud moments that day.
And she's like, no. I was like, okay, thank you for nothing. So in the end, I went to this information thingy, and they brought me up through the security and everything, but the plane was gone already. Like it just left, and then I had you cannot. It's my turn. You cannot. I'm so glad we just have one mic at the moment. So anyway, I was really lost, because I was like, I don't know where to get my money back for the ticket. I don't know really what to do. So they told me to go to those fast ticket thingies. I went there, and the options were just so bad. I mean, I called you. The options were so bad, and crying, and then I stopped crying. But two guys who were working for the airline, they recognized me and came down, and they're like, yeah, and did you find a solution? And I looked at them, I was like, honestly, I don't know what to do. I started crying. And then they helped me to book the flight for the next day. So yeah, I spent a wonderful night in Frankfurt.
Do you want to tell the story? How you want to save money on the hotel? Similar to the bus situation. Chantal, you have a pattern. You have a pattern.
Yeah. So I
You want to save money?
I knew already, okay, I missed the flight, that's it. I was standing in front of the airport, looking for a hotel nearby the airport, so I don't miss another train. So I just have to go in the cab, get dropped off there. And I went on Agoda, on this app, and I haven't activated it in like ages. So they gave me like a 10 or 20% discount, I think. Anyway, that's what I read. Then I booked a room in a hotel that it was 30 euros. I was like, oh, that's really cheap.
It wasn't even 30, it was like 26 and 40 cents or something.
Even in the group chat, I was like, oh, so cheap. Schnapper.
She was like, oh, what is the translation for it? Basically like, oh my god, I made such a good deal. And I saw it, and I was already like, what is this? Like, this is weird.
So it was a normal hotel, it seemed like anyway. I went up to the room, put my suitcases, and the backpack in the room, and then I left. Because I went downtown by bus and train. Managed to do that. Didn't have money for the ticket, but someone paid for me anyway. It was a disaster. And then I came back, it was really late already, went grocery shopping, went to the hotel. I was so excited to just go to bed and be ready, the next morning. And then I would go up, and in front of my room, I smell like men perfume. I was like, what is that smell? So I go inside, and there are like these 3 dudes sitting on the bed. And I was like, excuse me, I think you're in my room. They're like, oh no, it's a sharing one. I was like, what do you mean it's a sharing? He's like, yeah, we are 4 guys. Everyone has 1 bed. So the room there was 1 queen size bed and like 2 bunk beds. But I thought it's like a family room or something. You have that sometimes. Even when I entered, I was like, oh, that looks weird. But oh well, then I just have extra beds, whatever. And yeah, obviously, I took my bags and went straight down. So I need a new room. Got a new room, had to go back down to the guys as well.
Oh my god.
Well,
this is what you and your mom have in common.
Well,
this being so, just trying to look for the best deal that turns out to be the worst deal. This is what you have in common.
Well,
Oh my
great. Very great. I mean, I'm so lucky that they didn't. I had my laptop there, my passport.
Also, it's dangerous. Like, come on, you're.
The bed was like here, and the bunk bed was literally 20 centimeters
I mean,
next
I'm
to
glad
it.
nothing. You know,
There
like
are 4 guys.
we're laughing about it now.
Like as if I'm gonna stay
But
there.
this could have been really dangerous, to be honest. Like, really dangerous. So, yeah, I'm glad.
Luckily, they didn't steal anything. And then the next morning, I was too early for everything. I was sitting 2 hours in the like boarding hall already, and I couldn't get out of there.
Talking about early, we are late for the puppy house.
Yeah, we need to wrap up
Yeah.
soonish.
Yeah, oh my god, we still have lots to talk about. Maybe in the next episode. Okay. Yeah, I think this is it for today. Let's wrap it up. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it up and go to the puppy house.
Last time with 1 microphone.
Yeah.
That's also the last time you're gonna hear my voice probably, because if we have 2, then, you know. Okay.
Something I have in common with your mom. Okay, everyone. See you in the next episode.